So from my perspective, maybe somebody can clue me in eventually.
I love that one. Always good about we need to be good listeners, right? And not fixers, especially as coaches. So we are Dee and Larry Corchin. Really glad you guys joined us tonight to see so many of you guys on a Monday night for our team time. If you are a new coach and just joining us, welcome to our team. We've had a lot of new coaches join us, and we come together every Monday night together just to help provide community as well as provide skills and training and motivation and to be able to help you move forward with your business. And tonight we're really excited to be rolling out. We took a pause from our Dan Bell's fundamental skills training because we're really excited about a new tool that we have been piloting for you guys. Much kudos to Meg Johnson, who has been spearheading this with us. And also we've had a steering committee with this Gina Manley, Jordan Rosa, and Lauren Yeomans, who have been helping to facilitate this, which has been such a tremendous help. And we've had a great team of executive directors that were helping us pilot it. So I put out a training video that is going to be housed in our coach page and available for future coaches as they join our group. And you might have already watched it, and that's great. We're going to basically roll through that same training tonight. Always good to hear things a second time. And if you didn't get a chance to watch the video, this will be a great opportunity for you to learn about this tool to potentially help your business. So I'm going to go ahead. Meg and I are going to tag team a little bit. We're going to try to do it abbreviated so that we can allow for some questions at the end. So what could be helpful is if you've been using what we're going to talk about and it's been helpful, feel free to add that in the comments and the chat section. And if you have questions, pop them in the chat, and that'll make it easier for us when we get to that segment. So Meg Johnson, good to have you with us, and can't wait for you to share.
Yeah. Hey guys, so excited to be here tonight. So we've been looking forward to this and rolling this out to you all. So about 6 weeks ago, we piloted a program really aimed to help you help more people. And so we've been playing around with it, getting all the quirks ready to go. And so tonight is the night that we are here to share it with you guys so that you can share it with your friends and family and the people that you want to help. So really excited for that. This is going to be an incredible tool for you to implement in your business to help you grow, to help more people. And we're just pumped up. You probably tell. So please use the chat feature. If we say something that you like, if you have a question, throw it in the chat. And especially if you have checked out Healthy4Life or this new tool, let us know what your experience has been. The feedback that we have received has been great. And actually in a few minutes, we'll share the results of the pilot program with you so far. And just got to give a shout out. We got this tool from the Valentine organization. And about 6 months ago, they started a similar tool for their organization. So they've been working with it for about 6 months. We caught wind of it and thought it was an incredible tool. And so we adapted it to our team and for you. So wanted to let you know where we got the idea from. But it has changed their business and helped them grow tremendously. Since we've been using it the last 6 weeks, it has helped so many of our coaches grow as well. So it's really, really cool. But I just got to tell you, we're going to start off with talking about why are we even bringing up a new tool, right? Well, I've been coaching for about 3 years. And even in the last 3 years, coaching has changed significantly and social media has changed a lot, right? They've updated the algorithm so many times that it's hard sometimes for your friends and family and the people that you want to see your posts, sometimes they're missing them. It used to be back when I started that somebody would post a transformation and quick, they'd grow to senior coach or even beyond. But things are just different now. And so what do in Optavia? When we have a challenge or things are different, we pivot. So this is our version of that pivot. And I think you're going to love it. So wanted to just give you a heads up on that. We really believe this is gonna, if you wanna utilize this tool, and by the way, this tool is purely optional. You do not have to utilize this, but if you do, we really believe that it's gonna allow you to be more effective. Because right now, I don't know about you, but a lot of people that comment on my posts are the amazing people on this call, right? A lot of the people that see my content are fellow health coaches. And I wanna get my content out to more people that aren't healthy or that aren't health coaches. So that's really the heart of why we've been working so hard these last 6 weeks and why we're ready to roll this out to all of you guys. So it's really created, this tool is called, and Dee's going to talk about what it is in just a second, but it's called Healthy4Life, which is this new private Facebook group that we have created. And it's really a great way for you to just engage with your connections, engage with the people before they are ready to say yes to Optavia. So Dee, enough of the why. Would you share with us exactly what this tool is?
Yes. So what we're going to do is kind of go back and forth and tell you like the why, the what, the how, who are we going to add to this group. But exactly what Meg said, what we've created is a new Facebook group. We've got Eat, Live, and Be Optavia, which is for our clients once they say yes. And now we have a separate group called Healthy4Life that you can utilize for your candidates. So this is for people that are not quite ready for Optavia yet. The goal, nothing changes in terms of what we do as health coaches, right? Like we share our mission, we share what we have to offer. Our goal is always to try to get to somebody to a health assessment first. But we know sometimes we might do a health assessment and they're not ready yet, or it never makes it to the phone. So we'll talk about how and who you put into the group in a minute. But basically, this is a private Facebook group just for our team and for your candidates. And it's very, very clear in the group that this is Optavia. And in fact, when you invite somebody, and we'll talk about what that process looks like, you'll actually invite somebody, ask them, would they like to be added to this group? The first two things you do is tag them on two key posts that we have in the group. One is a video where Meg and I welcome everybody, and we actually go through the 4 components of the program. We're very clear on who we are, what we have to offer, and that we offer this comprehensive program that is healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. In there's incredible content, and we're going to need your help on helping to keep that content ongoing and keep the communication going. But there are transformation pictures. So, sometimes we post a transformation and we're like, why did we only get 1 like on our main wall? Well, when somebody volunteers and decides to be in this group, we know that they'll see everything. As long as they turn on their notifications, they'll see everything. So they'll get the welcome video, and we also have a link to, I forgot to say it before, a link to Dr. A's habitsofhealth.com website. But we'll have transformations, we'll have recipes, we'll have inspiration, we'll have content from people that recently became clients and the fun that they're having with it, and a lot of inspiration. And it'll have your transformation stories in it as well. We want you to contribute them. So basically what this is a private Facebook group that is an optional group, kind of like a holding room for your candidates that aren't ready for Eat, Live, and Be Optavia yet. So Meg, you want to talk about how to use it and the process?
Yes, absolutely. All right. So Healthy4Life is the name of this Facebook group. And like Dee said, this is a great holding room for your clients or your candidates before they become clients. So let me walk you through a scenario that's been happening a lot. I've been posting delicious looking lean and green meals, and I've been putting on my Facebook posts, comment below if you'd like the recipe. So it's like a little teaser, which helps me in a couple ways. It helps bring the engagement up, which puts me on the top of the list in the algorithm. So that basically just means more people are going to see my post. And by people commenting, it lets me know who is interested in these healthy recipes. So I might have posted, let's just say I posted a zucchini lasagna, and I said, let me know if you want the recipe. And then I have all these people that want the recipe. So what happens, and let's say Sally says she wants the recipe. So I'm going to show you how we're going to use this tool. And the tool is called Add, Tag, and Message. ATM. Easy way to remember it. ATM, add, tag, and message. So the very first thing, and I just feel like we need to say this, we don't want to add every person you ever met into this group, right? We don't just want to go right now, you just click, add everybody in. We want to ask permission first, because we really only want people in that group if they're choosing to be in that group. Does that make sense? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to ask Sally. So Sally asked me for my recipe, and I'm going to say, hey, Sally, here's the recipe you asked for. Do you want to be added to a special Facebook group that has even more of these delicious recipes you can check out? She's going to say, yeah. In fact, one thing I think Debbie Pasco has done a beautiful job of in these similar posts is she says, she also invites them to be on a health assessment, which I think is pretty cool. So that's another great idea. But Sally's going to come back and she's going to say, yes, I want to be in that group. I've never had anybody not say that they want to be in the group. even in 6 weeks. So that's pretty cool. So then I respond to Sally and I say, okay, great. I'll add you. Let me know. And this part is key. Let me know when you accept, and I'll tag you in a few posts that I know that you'll love. So it tells her what to do once she accepts. And then what I do once she tells me, Sally's like, yep, Meg, I'm in. I say, perfect. I go in and I tag her, which is you do the @ symbol and then their name. And if it's not blue, then we didn't do it right. So work with your mentorship team on how to do it. But you'll tag them in the 2 pin videos that Dee was talking about. That first one talks about our 4 components. And then the second one, that's Dr. A's Habits of Health website. And then just add them to a few of the recipes or the transformations or really anything that you think they'd like. So that's the tag part. So we've added them, we've tagged them. Now we're going to message them. So in a couple of days, I like circling back with Sally and saying, hey, Sally, did you see the post I tagged you in? Tell me what you're thinking about the group so far. And then she doesn't answer. If she does answer, perfect time to have a connection and a conversation. It may go somewhere and she may be ready to get started, or she may be ready to have a health assessment, or she may not. But the point of this group is to create reasons for you to build on your connections with Sally and people like her, right? So we send her that message. Then a week later, I'm going to message her again just to say, hey, Sally, how are things going? So we're going to continue building that connection with these potential candidates over time. Does that make sense? Here is the biggest key. The biggest key comes in the messaging, comes in continuing to build that relationship. If you just add people into the group and then forget about them, they're going to forget about being in the group more than likely, right? So we definitely want to continue building that relationship. And today I printed off, this is the tracker that we created. We're going to post this in the Facebook group for you as well, but it's basically a way for you to utilize this group. When I first started, I was a late adapter to the tracker and I just had a piece of paper because I was going to go the old like paper and pen route. It made things really hard on me. So don't make things hard on yourself. Print the tracker out. You write their name, where you found them, and then you keep track of when you're following up with all of your people. Highly recommend keeping that tracker and just keeping it on your desk. So, all right, Dee, share with us more about who we should be adding into this group.
So we've kind of alluded to who are the few of the people that you would add to the group. But the first people that come to my mind is, I don't know about you, but I have a binder full of health assessments of people that I spoke to about the program, and for whatever reason, they weren't ready yet. So that is a great group of people to go back to and say, hey, I know we talked about this at one point. You weren't quite ready for the program. I do have a special new Facebook group for people that are interested in improving their health, transformations, inspiration, recipes. Would you like to join? Most people will say yes. So your people you've done health assessments with, that's part of it. And even as you do a health assessment in the next few weeks, that can be a next step in your journey. If they say, you know what, I just don't think so yet for whatever reason, then they still go up in your follow-up binder that you're going to follow up with them. They still get added to your newsletter, but a new thing you can say is, I've got this great new Facebook group I can add you to. Would you like to be added? The other is, we probably all, if we go through our private messages and if we go through our text messages, have individuals of people that were curious along the way about what you're doing as a health coach or your transformation, and you offered to get it to the phone and it just didn't happen. We got crickets, or they ghosted us, or whatever. And whoever really knows what happens with that, but it gives you another reason to touch them. And you could just say, hey, Erin, I know you were asking me one time about our program. I just realized that we haven't connected on it. I have this new Facebook group. And by the way, if you still like to talk about it, I'd love to have a conversation with you. So just like Meg said before, we always want to be moving towards the health assessment first when we can. And then the other thing that you can do is the teasers, which Meg said. So the teasers can be just post the recipe and say, if you would like, just had this for dinner, it's incredible. If you'd like the recipe, let me know. A big one that I recently did was we send our newsletter out on Tuesdays. So I posted, we're getting ready to send out our newsletter with healthy tips and recipes. Would you like to be added? And then the people that responded, I private messaged them and said the same exact things. I'll add you to this. And by the way, I have this too. And as Debbie Pasco says, if you'd like to know more about what I offer as a health coach or the program, love to talk to you about that too. And she's had great luck with that. So don't forget that important step. And so that, we don't want to, like Meg said, we don't want to randomly be putting people in blindly. And then when they do go in, the most important thing is keeping that relationship going, that follow-up without pestering them. But this is just another tool that keeps you connected with people that we know have had an interest, but we don't know based on Facebook algorithms if they're seeing your content out in the main Facebook world. Questions you guys have, put it down there. I did want to mention this at the beginning and it slipped my mind. We have a best practices document for you guys, a Google Doc with all of this laid out, sample wording, all of that, and the tracking form in it. So when we post the replay for this, we'll post that Google Doc, the best practices, as well as the tracking form for you. So Meg, did I miss anybody with that?
No, I thought that was great. And I feel like, I know we got a lot of new coaches on here, Dee, and so we just feel like we should just kind of share with you, if you are a brand new coach, your first point is to work with your business mentor and grow to senior coach. You likely have a very warm market already. This tool, you can absolutely start incorporating now, or you can wait, and give yourself a few weeks and then incorporate it. We don't want anybody to feel overwhelmed. And if you are a new coach, probably goes without saying, but we, as Optavia coaches, our heart is to help people get healthy. And this is just one tool for you to help more people get healthy. And I was on a health assessment today and nearly cried when a man said, I am not living, I'm existing. And I'm ready to start living. And this tool is one of the things that helped him start to believe that he could live again, which is so cool. It's so cool. So just wanted to share, if you're a new coach who, is like, what are these tools? This is just something that you can use to help you help more people. But we wanted to tell you what is next. So now you know the who, what, when, why, and how. So what do we do now? So the first thing to do is join the group. It's called Healthy4Life. You'll request to join, and then the admin team will go in and approve you. What we would love to ask you to do, watch those videos, take a look at the posts. But this is a collaborative effort. We would love for you to post your transformation, maybe in the next 24 or 48 hours, and we will slowly be approving those posts and rolling them out to everybody. So we would love to feature you. And I think that'll be a really cool way for your potential or your candidates to see your transformation, kind of have a spot on the wall, which would be super cool. So post your transformation, utilize that tracking sheet, and let's just start inviting. I think that'd be really cool. Just let's jump in there. I know sometimes new things can be a little scary, a little different when the people move our cheese, right? But I think you are going to love this group and what it's going to do for your business. Dee, do you want to share some about setting a goal for utilizing this group?
I will. Somebody's asking about the name of the group. It's Healthy4Life. It's the number 4. So healthy, no space, the number 4, no space, life. We do want a variety of content from everybody to contribute. But I really encourage you guys to set a goal. Initially, it's going to be fairly easy for you, right? Like you're going to start going through your list of people, your follow-ups, your health assessments, etc. As Meg said, real important to use that tracker. So you know who have you invited, who's been added, did you tag them, did you message them? Did you follow up? And, but then set a weekly goal. That was something that was advised to me on a lot of different things, is that what gets measured, like what you expect, or inspect what you expect. So if you're looking to use this as a tool to grow your business, you want to set a goal on a regular basis, a weekly basis, of how many people do you want to be inviting to this group, so that you can continue to grow your number of people in there. Because the more people you have, they're almost like people that are sitting on the fence, right? We know they're interested in health. We know they're potentially interested in Optavia. So now it's just a matter of them continuing to be in there, you be in touch with them until they decide to go ahead and make that move. And Meg's going to give some statistics on that in a minute in terms of the success we've had with existing clients. And then in a minute, Larry's going to share a little bit about the content in the group and what you can put on your regular page. So Meg, do you want to just talk about what the results have been with the pilot group that we've had?
Yes, I would love to. Okay, so with this first initial pilot program, what we found was 86% of coaches have added clients after utilizing the group to add candidates. So 86% of the coaches that have been utilizing this group have added clients after adding them as candidates. 67% of those people have added between 2 and 5 clients each. 67% of people. How stinking amazing is that? So cool. So what we want to do, because I know there have been some questions, and Dee, I think you'll take it from here, but we want to hear from you. What questions do you have? Sometimes when we open up new tools, things, don't always get communicated clearly. So what we want to do is just kind of open it up. Are we ready for that, Dee? Okay, cool. So if you have a question and you want to pop off mute or post it in the comments below, and it would be really cool if somebody on the steering committee might pop off mute real quick and just share their experience so far.
And as we're waiting for that, one thing I did want to share is that right now you'll see that in the group, it's pretty coach driven in terms of content. But the ultimate goal from watching the Dan Valentine's team is the ultimate goal is this is going to transition. And when you have somebody that says, yes, okay, Carol, I'm ready to join Optavia, you have that individual go back to Healthy4Life and do a post that they're so excited that they just decided to move forward with their health. And then you have them come back after week 1 check-in. I just lost 7 pounds my first week. So we ultimately want that group to be pumping and thriving and injected with posts from people that have converted to clients. And we also want to make it a forum, a safe forum that those individuals want to ask questions. Like, has anybody on this group ever had thyroid and lost weight? So you want to encourage your candidates to ask questions too, because we don't want this to just necessarily be something that they look and stare at, that we want it to be ultimately interactive as well. So we do approve all posts. They all have to be admin approved, so we can just monitor the content and the spacing of that, etc.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Again, so as we put things into the group, if we get 10 recipes on the same day, we're not going to post all 10 the same day. So the admin team, who's done a great job, and that was part of our beta test, is again spacing things out so it flows nicely and it looks nicely. The other thing too, just real quick, from a kind of a structure standpoint, for those coaches that have been using their own pages to kind of put information about Optavia, transformations, etc., what this allows you to do is be a little bit more, how do I say, purposeful in your strategy. So for example, a lot of folks, and especially new coaches, is, do I have to put all that stuff into my own personal page? With this tool, you don't. So what we encourage you to do is be who you are on your own page. So show your healthy lifestyle, show what you're all about and stuff like that. And then when it comes to the program, have that natural progression that Meg was talking about. You like my recipe? Let me introduce you to this new group that we have. So again, for those of you that never like that feeling of clogging up your own personal page, this is super for you, because again, it's going to be about your lifestyle on your personal page, but then that lifestyle will help draw us into the next group. So I hope you really love that. Lastly, new coaches, this is a huge win for you, because if you're not comfortable posting, and it takes time, obviously anything takes time as far as posting, you are getting the benefit of all these wonderful coaches that have gone before you, who are putting great content into this Healthy4Life group. And so again, a great blessing. You just have to get them into the door. Once you get them into the door, it's almost like, hey, a lot of it's going to be taken care of for you, but you still have to nurture that relationship. So again, you're in there with them in the party. So think about that from that perspective. So great stuff.
I did see somebody asked the question on where do you get the tracking form. The tracking form is actually a link in the best practices Google Doc for it, so you can get that there. And again, Gina or Jordan, I know you guys are here. If you want to pop in, if you've seen any questions come through that you'd like to respond to or offer anything in terms of people sharing their own transformations, we'd love to hear from you guys. You've been such a big piece of this.
Hi everybody. I have loved this. I think it's a great place to send people who either I've had the health assessment with, I've gone back to people and have said, I know ready. We've got this private page, or people that I've talked to that aren't ready yet. And I think it's just a great tool because it allows them to see what we're all about without feeling, that pressure to commit just yet. I did have one person who was tiptoeing the idea of coaching, and I added her in, and she became a client and a coach in the same day. So I think it's a great tool for us to use. And the more you post in there, that's great because it gives us more content to share with everybody. So
yeah, perfect, Gina.
great. It's very fun.
Yeah, I agree with Gina. The more you can share with us to post and pull from, the better. Recipes, healthy tips, anything like, from the life book or the healthy habits, things like that. People really are hungry for that information. And, it feels, kind of special that they're in this private group, and that's, they're getting an insider peek into our program. And I saw somebody commented in the chat here about it's been a good place to put people that on a health assessment, they're asking for more information or something to show their spouse or whatever. And I've been using it that way too, and it's been great. So I definitely think that, initially, yes, try to get them to the phone. If it's somebody that just will not commit to the phone, say, hey, you know what? Like, I have this private group. Would you be interested in that? And like Meg was saying earlier, everybody says yes because it feels special. So that's what I got.
Very good. Very good. We will, I'll post this recording as well as the training video, the Google Doc. They'll all be posted later this evening or first thing tomorrow morning, but by this evening. And post your questions there. If you're asking the question, somebody else probably wants to know too. So we'll address as much as we can. Also use your mentorship team. Like Meg said, is this the next step for you? And if they're not sure of the answer, the next executive director in line probably has been using this tool. So there's people in your line of organization that have been actively using it. So we're excited. We do want to take like the last 2 minutes just to wrap up on some end of the month stuff and talk about Optavia Together Live.
Yeah, so please hang on. So first of all, a big shout out to the team that worked on this. This was a lot of work, and full disclosure, you guys may have good ideas we haven't thought about. You may have things that we have missed. So please brace, and again, please bring those issues up. So again, a big shout out to the team for working on that. They did an awesome job. All right, folks, tomorrow, end of month. So you guys have been working hard and doing an awesome job out there. So keep it up and push hard through the tape for month end. 2 things to remember. First of all, the system is going to be slow. I've seen it slow today. You probably have seen that as well. And so therefore, make sure you get your stuff in early, as well as those credits. Please get them into early. The system here is going as fast as you can to get those things processed and into the client's accounts. Also, another thing too, as far as the system goes, please be careful when you enter your information. I don't want to have you stuck on the service lines because they get very busy at month end. So please take the time, double check before you hit that enter button. It's just for your safety and just so you don't get frustrated. So again, great things happening out there. And again, if you have questions on anything as far as your ranks or helping clients out, please use your mentorship team. Doing a great job. And then lastly, we wanted to talk about Optavia Together Live on July 24th and 25th. Again, this is in replacement of our national convention. We're doing it virtual now so everybody can attend. We are excited about it. And again, please remember that as you grow, your business grows. So please make sure you block off your calendar and sign up as soon as possible to get in there, and again, invite clients, invite potential coaches with you, because we do have that offering this year. So please get that done sooner rather than later, and have fun with it as well. So again, I know we still have social distancing in a lot of parts of the country, but maybe you can make some fun with some friends locally in doing that.
I know we have a lot of newer coaches. Larry and I 100% attribute our success from attending events, whether they're live events or virtual. We never, ever miss, even if they're inconvenient, and they have been inconvenient at times. And we're fortunate. This one is like really compressed into the time frame. So it is going to be so rich with content and worth your time and investment. And then the one other thing I was taught, and this is why so many of us are here, is events are also, they're not just about you. It's who you get to invite to be with you there. And when it's online and virtual, there's no limits, right? Nobody has to hop a plane. Nobody has to take time off from work. It's, you know, Friday night and Saturday during the day. So super excited. We just didn't want to miss the opportunity to be encouraging you to be with that. And again, be with your mentorship on it. So Monday nights are packed. We're going to roll over to Dr. A's call, the field training, and then we have Dan Bell's call. So what you would like to be on, we'd love to see you there. We'll be there. So
All right,
thanks
guys.
again. Like Larry said, thanks to everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Love you guys. Be good. Be safe.